Welcome back to SourceFedNERD! Welcome to the future! 2017! This is gonna be our year.
Our year, hell yeah. The first day of this year consisted of diarrhea and 4 trips to the pharmacy. New year, new me.
Aw, mine consisted of getting really drunk in front of Randy Jackson and then repeatedly asking my Uber driver what his bucket list was. New year, new meme.
New year, new meme. In case you guys couldn't tell, we've been away for a minute or two to spend some time with our families and friends during the holidays.
And during this time, sure, we missed a few stories, but we refused to start 2017 in earnest without first acknowledging the loss of Carrie Fisher right at the end of goddamn 2016.
As nerds, many of us first met Carrie as Princess Leia, but if you were lucky, you also got to experience what a talented comedian she was, with excellent books, hilarious roles in a variety of movies.
Hilarious writing in a variety of movies. One of my favorite things that came out since her death was how often she contributed to scripts.
Yeah.
I also went back and I really loved her take on an iconic early feminist writer on 30 Rock. It was so good.
Right? How cool is it that if you didn't count Star Wars, she'd have this great legacy, and then when you add Star Wars on top of that, you realize this was really an icon of our time, of our parents' time, of our robot kids' time. We'll miss you, Carrie.
So much.
But don't worry, now that we've said that, we're officially back.
We're well rested.
And we've got even more backflips. Hit it. Let's kick this year's ass.
Hell yes, and we are on to Batman news. Is our The Batman in trouble? Maybe. So, as most of everyone ever knows, there's gonna be another Batman movie. But ex-Daredevil himself, Ben Affleck, has been confirmed for a long time to be starring in his own solo Batman movie, but also he was confirmed to be co-writing it with DC legend Jeff Johns, and the even bigger, heaping confirmation was that Ben Affleck was meant to direct the film.
Not so fast. I smell a lie. There's now word that Batfleck might not be so keen on directing the Batman movie anymore. During an interview with The Guardian discussing Ben's newest film, Live by Night, the interviewer brought up the Batman film because of course.
Ben Affleck stated that, yeah, the current plan is to have him star and direct the film, but, you know, it's not a set thing, and there's no script.
What?
No script. We will get back to that part, but then he added, if it doesn't come together in a way that I think is really great, I'm not gonna do it. And we're done with the gasping.
But that gasp was justified. Am I smelling a bit of shade being thrown from Benny at the studio?
Possibly. It is always very fun to speculate drama. But before we go any further, I do want to point out that the one particular interview with this new quote about there being no script and how he might not do it, that's really the only thing he says about the Batman movie there, so I would hesitate to read too much into that quote. But it's when it's taken in context of all the info that's out there about this movie so far that it's a little troubling.
Right. The Batman film has had a few helpings of bad press, and it's still in the earliest stages of pre-production. The whole rumor from Bret Easton Ellis, who let it slip a few months ago that the script for the Batman movie was kinda dog trash, and the execs were okay with it, and then Bret tried to walk it back, but didn't exactly shut down the rumor, and it was a damn mess.
Yeah, and the title of the movie, The Batman, well, here's what Ben said about that. The movie, I think, is gonna be called The Batman. At least, that's what we're gonna go with now. I might change it. Now, this isn't like the worst quote or anything, but it does show a lack of enthusiasm and clarity that seems to be creeping up into his cowl for at least the past few months.
But back to the latest quote. Here's what doesn't seem to add up. So he says now, there's no script, but 2 months ago, Ben himself stated, we're on the right track with that and everything is coming together. He said, we're still finishing up the script. I'm very excited. Spit a lot. I flunked out of many different levels of math, but even I know that doesn't add up.
You should see him try to figure out how to divide up his rent between his roommates.
It's like relearning how to ride a bike once a month.
But anyway, let's go over why this is a big deal, and really, why we just want the studio to give in to whatever Ben Affleck is asking for and just keep him on as writer/director.
Number 1. Yeah, nailed it. He's an Oscar-caliber director and an Oscar-winning writer who could provide a greater substance to the film that very few superhero movies, no matter the studio making them, have had.
Kind of like Nolan's take on the Batman saga previously. Now, secondly...
Number 2.
Yeah. That's a 2.
Thank you.
Ben Affleck directed The Town and Gone Baby Gone, and the tone of those films and some of the structuring, if they were applied to Batman, wow. Okay, so here's the thing. Batman might be the world's greatest detective, but not really in the movies. Ooh. So a film noir-y detective story, maybe based on Hush, would be so good.
And number 2.
3.
Ah, cool. Math. It seems like Ben Affleck's beef is stemming out of his unwillingness to compromise or settle, and that's actually a really good thing.
Yeah, he's quoted as saying, there's not enough money in the world to make a mediocre version of Batman worth it.
So we can wait. We are patient. Take your time and do it right.
Amen. We'll hold on to our excitement no matter how long it takes, I think.
I'll try. Speaking of things we're excited about, Will Haynes over at People Be Like is hosting an awesome mini-series where he teams up with internet friends like Lee Newton, Jake Roper, and Matt Stefanina to test drive their careers.
Cool. Make sure to check that out over on the People Be Like channel, or simply just click on that link in the description.
But tell us in the comments down below, who would you want to direct the Batman if Ben really steps down? If I had to say in anything, my vote would either go to George Miller, because he was in that Justice League movie, or Drew Goddard.
Be kind of funny.
It'd be funny.
I would not hate a Doug Liman movie.
But that's it from us. Make sure you give this video a like, subscribe, and share. Answer our questions down below.
We got some very exciting stuff coming up in 2017. So you know what? Stick around, stay optimistic, and keep on flipping.
Did you do a kickflip? That's cool.
Oh my God!
What in the world?
You'll both be interested to know that 2017 is going to be full of some of the most exciting nerd properties that our geeky little hearts have ever had.